Well, hello, bloomers. Welcome to a little BTS of what's inside of Spellbound Spaces. I wanted to take this time to just really dig into what you're going to be learning and going throughout this 9 weeks because I've gotten a lot of questions about what exactly are you going to be doing every week? Is it going to be too much for you to take on? And I want to reassure you that this program has been designed not only to have lifetime access, so you are going to be able to access this forever, which is incredible because when I took my Feng Shui certification program to become a master, I still go back to those modules and to my course materials and review everything. So, first and foremost, you'll have lifetime access. Second of all, the modules, the weekly lesson plan is designed for you to give your energy about an hour to 2 hours per week, depending on how much you want to really digest the information. But there's also going to be the live classes on Thursdays at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Zoom. So if you can just show up to those, or maybe you just want to do the course on your own terms, at your own pace, I will assure you that there is not going to be another one like this because this year and this spring, I've been talking a lot about the death portal that a lot of us are in, the transformation, the opportunity to rise and step into a new version of ourselves. And so this season, I decided to change a little bit of the curriculum for Spellbound Spaces to align with this spring year of the snake, the numerology of the year, which is 9, endings and beginnings, really closing the chapters. So throughout this program, we are going to be looking at your entire space and going, okay, what is in my home that is not aligning with my future self or the woman I'm becoming, the wealthiest version of me? Is there things in my home that I'm holding on to that no longer serve the becoming of my greatest and grandest version of my highest self? So inside of each week, we're going to be exploring the Bagua map. And the Bagua map is essentially the foundational element of Feng Shui, where it's like an energy map for your home. I like to refer to it as the chakra system of your space, your external environment. You yourself have all these energy centers, your chakras that are unseen energy, but they're constantly either moving or they're blocked. And I'm sure some of you have had a chakra alignment. I used to actually do chakra alignment sessions before I was doing Feng Shui. And so I was kind of trying to figure out what type of healing modality I would land on. And of course, I became a home healer. I love homes and I love Feng Shui because I've really seen the energy and the power of how Feng Shui changed my life and also the lives of my students and my teachers and my besties because I love to share all my Feng Shui wisdom wherever I go. So what are we doing every single week? So first and foremost, I want to say that when we're exploring the Bagua map, we're using the compass, okay? You may have seen online, read a book on Pinterest or something that says use your front door as the guidepost for how you're going to locate every area according to the Bagua. I'm going to invite you to throw that information out the door, literally, because I'm teaching you classical Feng Shui, one of the most oldest forms of Feng Shui that exist, which we work with the 4 directions, the cardinal directions, north, south, east, west, because that's the true form of how Feng Shui was essentially created. So and I'll tell you more about that inside of the program, but I want to say that because a lot of people are confused as to why, you might have learned it one way, but it's going to be a different way. So I hope that that is inspiring to you because personally, I like to work with the directions. I love to connect to the earth. And I think that the directions and working with the compass allow us to do so. So what are we doing every single week? Well, we have an incredible group already. So far, we have 18 amazing women. I've already connected with each and every one of them. And I feel like this coven is going to be just a sacred container. Every time I've done this, every woman comes together and we all have this like theme of going through very similar things in life and how Feng Shui becomes the catalyst to really anchor in the new changes, or maybe you want to move entirely or whatever it is. And One thing I will address too is if you don't have a home, or you are a traveler, or you are somebody who just rents a room, I want to encourage you to not steer away from this and say it's not time right now. Because here's the truth: we're going to be diving into your inner landscape as well, your inner feng shui. So even if you can't harmonize the exterior, you're going to be working on embodiment practices that harmonize the interior, your inner lens as well, your inner home. So this is for everyone. This was designed for everyone that has a big home, a small home, has a room, has a, a small tiny space. Like, this is for anyone. Apartment, condo, don't let that steer you away. So week 1, we are going to be starting at the root, the center of the home. This is your health and your well-being. So if there's any areas that you feel like you are lacking energy, you don't feel like your vitality, your longevity is really high, your energy feels really low, we're going to look at, well, how is your home mirroring that? How can we make adjustments based on some of the feng shui principles to bring more chi into the home? We then go into the north area of your home, which is your true life purpose, your career. I like to call it your true north. And we're going to be looking at how to align that specific area of your home with your life purpose, your intention, your career, what it is that you are really called to do on this planet during this time. And week 3, we go into the wisdom and knowledge section, the northeast. This is your sanctuary for your wisdom, your study, your spiritual expansion. So really like going into meditation, breath work, all those things to help you grow spiritually. So this is specifically going to help you anchor your wisdom so that you can share it and you can really own it, right? Because I think a lot of times we're often afraid of our own wisdom and our own power. This week, we're going to change that for you. Week 4, we go into your ancestor tree. This is the east area of your home, the family, the tribe. We're going to look at any inherited patterns, beliefs, or family dynamics that have been stored in your programming, aka also in your environment, and how we're going to be shifting some of those things to create a new narrative. Week 5, we go into your southeast, your money and wealth, and we are planting some new seeds of abundance. We're also going to have our guest facilitator, Jessie Susanna, aka the Money Witch. She is going to be talking about how to really work through scarcity patterns and really heal your relationship with money. She's the author of Money Magic. I wish I had the book right now. I've talked about this book a lot. If you know me and you've been following me for a long time, that book changed my life, and I couldn't be more excited to have her on this round of Spellbound Spaces. Week 6, we go into the south area where you get to step into the spotlight. If you are someone who holds back behind the curtain, doesn't allow yourself to be seen in your relationships, your career, as a mother, as a wife, all these areas, this is the opportunity for you to rise into that spotlight and gain the confidence to do so. I will be I'll hold your hand as well as your other sisters along the way. And week 7, you are falling back in love with yourself, the past versions of you, the future version of you. You are going to be looking at your southwest. Yes, this is also for love and relationships, but really at the end of the day, your relationships with others is a reflection of how much you love yourself. So you are going to bloom in love with yourself once again, looking at the home, seeing if it reflects that or if it's actually in total misalignment. And week 8, we go into your creativity, the alchemizing of your fertility, your abundance, and how you're inspired. And if you are not feeling like you are a muse to your own life, we are going to change that by creating some feng shui enhancements and also some embodiment rituals to bring in and spark creativity into your life. Week 9, we're going into the Northwest, which is the travel and supportive people in your life area of your home and life. And we're going to have our guest facilitator and speaker KJ Atlas. She is going to be leading an astrocartography workshop to help you align your soul path with your geography, which is incredible. I'm totally an astrocartography nerd. I've been using it a lot to travel and find a new place to live. So on top of all that, you're also going to get the foundations of Feng Shui, learn the 5 element cycles, how to balance the qi in your space, and also practice the yin and yang theory. The other module that I'm including from my previous Spellbound Spaces is decluttering your language. This was one of our most popular modules because your language is how you create your external environment. So you'll work on changing those patterns, inviting a new language in, instead of saying, I have to, I get to, changing the language, going from permission seeking language to permission granted language, right? So you'll also be learning how to harness magical tools in your space, how to douse using dowsing rods, space clear, and really connect to the spirits of your home. So here are our guest facilitators this season: Jessie Susanna, the Money Witch; KJ Atlas, the astrocartographer. And you're also going to get, on top of all this, you're also going to get our previous workshops with our fellow guest instructors and speakers. We have Arana Leah, who talks about how to tap into your inner oracle. And we also have Erin Gallagher. She literally will teach you how to open up the Akashic Records, which is one of, I think, our favorite workshops by many of our previous students. And we also have the famous Mia Magic doing a workshop on healing the witch rune. Now, these are replays because these are previous instructors, but they're seriously just as powerful. And we have George Lizos, who talks about how to bring the Greek gods and goddesses into your home. Think Athena, Aphrodite, how to bring that energy into your space and work with the Greek gods and goddesses. It's an incredible workshop. I love it so much. Now, all of this is valued at a little over $4,000 because you're getting a jam-packed transformation in your space and also your inner reality. Right now, I'm offering this for $498. I have a payment plan available for you in 3 installments of $188. You're going to get everything that I just talked about. And if you want even more, we have an upgraded VIP package for you where you're going to get a private one-on-one Feng Shui consultation with me, a private one-on-one astrocartography session with KJ Atlas, and also a private one-on-one money witch coaching session with Jessie Susanna. That's all for $1,100. So if you have any questions, hit reply on this newsletter here that I just sent out, this email. Let me know. If you are like, I want to join, but I don't know if it's the right time, let me help you make that decision to really see if it's in alignment for you, because this spring, it ain't going to be like anything else. And I can't wait to welcome you into Spellbound Spaces and join our coven of bloomers. All right, everyone, I'll see you inside.